Jon and special guest Pat Burch share their guide-tested tactics for targeting aggressive summer walleye with spinner rigs and crawlers.
Oh, I got one going, Jon.
Got him?
Yep, he's hooked up. He's hooked up.
It's a decent fish, huh?
Yeah, 18, 19 incher maybe.
Isn't that funny how you catch enough of those that you start to know exactly what they feel like? Yeah. Hey, I'm Jon Thelen. Today I'm Fish Ed. I'm gonna fish with my buddy Pat Burch. He had a day off of guiding, and Pat runs Burch's guide service. We try to fish together once a year. You know, as hard as you try, sometimes that gets tough, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, between my travels and his guiding, but once a year we try to get out and do this. And I'll tell you what, this is a favorite time of the year for both of us, because this is spinner season, and you get to spinner season, and these fish, they're just flat out eating. And you know, that is that time of the year where no matter what you're doing, you can catch fish. But spinners are probably great. Walleye right there, boy, he's wound up. We'll just get him back. But spinners are probably the best way to catch them, and especially you take a day like today. This would be tough. If you were trying to Lindy rig today, boat control's a little tough. Everything's a little tough when you got the wind blowing like this. But you know what's really, really effective? July, night crawlers, and spinners when you're dealing with this type of situation at this time of the year. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because there's a whole bunch of spinners on the shelves. When you go into your favorite retailer, I'm always amazed when I look at those shelves how many spinners are there. And I think to myself, if I were buying spinners today, how would I decide exactly what I'm going to buy? And really, it does make a difference. They're not all created equal. There's a lot of things that are different about different spinner and crawler harnesses, and that's what we'll talk about today and help you get the right one for the conditions you're going to fish. Because if you got the right blade down there, if you got the right rig top to bottom, you're going to catch fish like that all day, and I fully expect we're going to. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to get back up here. We're going to make another pass, and we're going to see what we can do to get another one. There he is. He's hanging on it.
Got one over there, Jon?
Yep. I don't know if he's a giant. Well, you know what? Now he's feeling a little better. Right when I set the hook, he felt like one of those 14, 15 inchers. But you know what happens? A lot of times they're just swimming with you. Yeah, I'll let you just come in right here to get them. A lot of times they just swim with you. It's a good fish. Look at that.
Yeah. Nice
That's
fish.
the cool thing. I'll just let you drop him right here on the floor. That's the cool thing about spinners. You're covering ground and you're getting aggressive fish. Hang on just a minute here. It looks really easy to get unhooked. You know, one of the things I would tell you is that when you're looking at those spinner shells and you're looking at all of the potential things to buy, the first thing I look at is, where am I going fishing? Walleyes like that one, you know, what's his tendency? You know, how does he eat? And I guess here's what I'm talking about. We're fishing clear water today. So what I decided to do today was start us with the Lindy spinner and crawler harness, and here's why. It's 6 feet long, it's 14-pound fluorocarbon. We're trying to fish really stealth. Let's talk about lakes where you want to do that when you look throughout the Midwest. You think stealth, you got to think Leech Lake. You got to think Lake
Winnie's getting clear, yeah.
Winnie's cleared up. It's really cleared up. Mille Lacs Lake, anywhere where you've got zebra mussels, man, that water is really cleared up. And that's the time and place to use a longer snelled rig. And that's what we're doing here. Then the other thing about these Lindy crawler harnesses and the spinner rigs is they're all a natural colored blade. Because here's the thing, I'm not trying to fool them with something really, really bright to grab their attention, because this water's so clean. What we're trying to do here is look like the real thing. And if you look like the real thing, you catch a lot of fish in clear water. There we go, he's on it. Got him.
Oh, I got one too. We're doubled up. Now what?
Now what?
You're on your own with your fish.
You know what? I got a good
Did you have
fish
two
here,
nets?
too.
You have a good one? Mine isn't
Yeah.
as good.
Okay.
I'll get mine in and then we'll deal with yours.
We'll just play it by ear here. Let's see what happens.
I think I got an eater.
Okay.
We'll see. I can't tell for sure.
You go ahead. Go ahead. I'm right here.
Yeah, I got a
Man,
better fish than I thought. So.
Nice fish. Nothing wrong with
Are
that.
you here?
Yeah, here we
We'll
go.
just net 'em
Coming up.
both, huh?
Oh yeah, look at that one. Look at that. 2 of them in the scoop. I'll tell you, you can tell the wind has come up. I mean, it's ripping now. It's,
Mine's clear, I think.
We're fighting it. But one of the things I'll tell you is we're catching fish. And we're seeing more and more and more fish. These fish are getting up on this top now.
So this wind's bringing them up for sure.
Look at that. That's awesome, man. That right there is awesome. You know why we're getting these fish? We're getting these fish because we're giving them what they want. We're not giving them what we per se want to give them. We're giving them what they want. We're being really stealth. And it's not just the spinners we're using. It's also the weight system.
Yeah, it's the whole presentation that you got to keep in mind when you're fishing these clear water lakes. For years we've been doing it this way where we'll use these 3-way rigs, bell sinkers. Today we're running about 1.5 ounces being it's clear water. We're getting a little bit away from the boat. If you're in some of those lakes that are real stained or snaggy areas, a lot of rocks, you know, we go to the shorter snell, then we'll switch. I switch to bottom bouncer usually, I'm sure you do too.
Yep.
Most of us do. And we go a little heavier. A lot of times run a 2 or maybe even a 3 ounce bottom bouncer in the rocks. You want to be vertical so you can pull it out of the rocks and you're not getting caught so much. But on a day like today in this clear water, this is what you want to go with. You can change we got maybe a 9-10 inch dropper. Some days if your fish are up high, you can go to a 2-footer, you know, and then you can get up on some fish that are up a little higher. So that's the good thing about a 3-way rig. It's adjustable like that. But mainly in this clear water, you don't have a lot of metal and tackle down there that are going to spook fish. So I know that's why we do it most of the time.
Right. I mean, when it comes down to it, you got a strand amount of filament right here. It's a real simple deal. Those fish don't see that coming through, and this weight is most often going to be below the fish.
Them, yeah.
So they never know.
They're not looking down, so they don't see it.
Right.
So
you get baited back up.
Yep.
That's awesome right there.
Get down and get a couple more. You know, John, one of the things I love about spinner fishing is you can turn and burn on fish. You can drop those weights down and you're right on them right away, and you can turn quick and you can stay on your schools of fish. Earlier today we were taking some longer passes. We noticed the fish are concentrating in this area a little more, and we're just able to turn and burn on them, where we wouldn't be able to do that if, say, we were trolling crankbaits or something. So that's one of the reasons I love spinner fishing. It's quick.
I totally agree. You know, I mean, and that's the other thing too. I mean, Pat made the comment to me, I made 2 long passes, and it's funny because he made the comment, boy, there's just way more fish down here. Right about the time I was thinking, there's no use fishing up there anymore. The reality is when you find a school of fish and you're seeing them on your electronics and you start catching them, stay on that school. Give up on the long pass and start making really short stuff, circle on them, and you'll most likely keep catching them.
Oh, got one hooked up over here, John. Feels pretty good.
Good. Man, it's just a case of circling around them, isn't it?
Kind of back
Let's
behind
see.
you here with
I'll tell you what, let me just swing the boat for you.
Yeah, we were quartering that wind a little.
Yeah, it gets tough when you're doing this in the wind.
Yeah,
sometimes you just gotta, we'll just kind of pull off the spot. And, ooh, you got good fish here, don't you?
Feels like it.
Good. I'm gonna slow this thing down a little
Please
bit.
stays buttoned up.
Tell me when you need me. I'm just gonna kind of worry about the boat here for you.
Okay.
Looks like a good one. That's the cool thing about spinner fishing, man. You can go out, you can get aggressive fish, and oh yeah, nice walleye. Look at that. What a great way to wrap up a day. Grab that thing out of there and hold them up, Pat. That's a beautiful fish. Great, great, great way to wrap up a day of spinner fishing. Tell you what, you take a few of the things that we've done today, you go out and do them, and you know, being stealth, making sure that you're using a rig. Got them?
Yeah.
Good. Got it. Making sure that you're using a rig that matches the conditions. You know, look at your water clarities. Look at all those different things. You know, be stealth. Look at the weight you're using. And I'll tell you what, you can catch fish like that all day long. Spinner fishing is an absolute ball.